Well, we're talking with Scott Schinlever of EFI, and we're going to be talking about inkjets today. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Nice
How
to
about
see
you?
you.
Nice
Show
to see
going
you.
well?
It's going great, Roger.
Well, that's great. Tell us about some of the must-see-ums that your company has won, and particularly your field and inkjets.
Okay. Well, let me talk about inkjet in particular, because I know Mark has talked about on the app side. But on inkjet, we got a must-see-em for our new high-end press called the HS100. Brings very, very high print quality and very high speed to the hybrid UV segment, and it really enables people to go after a lot more applications at much higher volumes and have the cost structure and the low total cost of ownership to do it. The product brings to the market stays with the hybrid technology, so you can go between roll-to-roll and rigid.
Really?
And at the same time brings what we call pin and cure technology to digital UV. And what this does is it lets you have more precise control of the dot because you're pinning with an LED lamp before doing a full curing cycle.
It's amazing. Digital and this whole onset of all of the new media and ways of doing things has just really expanded your opportunities in your field.
It has, and we all know the target. We're going after basically analog print volume,
right?
And digital is no longer relegated just to short run. With products like the HS100 and even our GS family in the mid-range, we're going much after the medium runs. And even now with we have beta sites with the HS100 that are doing 20 and 30,000 board jobs. And so it's a different world for us, certainly.
It's just something, the way the entire market has expanded. Do you see the print providers moving, let's say, into packaging or labeling, more into that area now?
I do. I think that's still an earlier opportunity for digital, whether you're looking at it from a supplier standpoint or a print provider. But certainly in the long run, there's actually much more print volume in packaging and labels than there is in display graphics, as an example. So I think there's definitely going to be that opportunity. We're featuring our integrated press, the Jetreon 4900, at the booth, and it's fully integrated from continuously feeding the label stock through the printing process and then automatically doing the laser cutting into pre-cut labels. So all end-to-end, kind of a hands-free workphlow.
Wow.
And,
now, what do you see for this in the wide format field?
I think wide format, that we're definitely in that mass adoption phase with not only screen printers but also commercial printers. It's a very, very profitable part of print. It's also still growing, and chances are, if you're a commercial printer, you already have that customer that's buying it somewhere.
Right.
So it's a really, in the end game, it's also a customer capture strategy. And that's why it's important as it gets into mass adoption. One of the other must-see-ums we got this year was for our end-to-end workflow that really knit together all the offerings of EFI. So the upfront digital storefront job submission piece through to the fiery rip, on through the printer, and all the job tracking through the fulfillment on the other end. Because as we drive into commercial print, much higher volumes, and the successful ones we see think of themselves more as short-run manufacturers looking to take steps out of the process,
right,
versus as printers. And so the end-to-end workflow, must-see-em, we're very proud of as well, because you can have as much integration or as little as you want. You can start now or you can add on later. So we try to keep it flexible for people.
Great. Do you see some of the commercial print houses moving more and more towards the inkjet side?
I do. I think inkjet in general, whether you're talking a cut sheet digital press,
right,
all the way on up through the wide format, the technology in the long run is going to be the winning technology because of its cost structure, its flexibility. The idea of contactless print,
right,
is very attractive because you can put a lot of different types of media through a printer,
right,
and you don't have to have the print technology touch it. And so I think in the long run, it is going to be an inkjet world. I still think in a lot of ways we're kind of in the early days of it, and it's very exciting.
Infancy. Well, it's been great talking to you. I appreciate you taking the time to get away from your exhibit for a while and meet all the great people here at the show and stopping by and talking with us.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Roger.
Thank you, Scott.
Good talking to you.
Print 13 Chicago.